All right, guys. Here we are for round number 3. I've got to fix some things real quick, I guess. I don't know how to fix things properly.
What are we fixing?
Around and stuff like that. So, we have Shawn Carroll on Birds in a Jar. We'll get to explaining what that exactly is here in a little bit. Versus David Tennant on Elves. David Tennant, this is his first time here on camera. He is not.
I think you gotta swap the names.
No, we're good, right?
No.
Oh.
I think Shawn's in red. Yeah. We'll get that fixed up real quick.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice. Nice and easy.
Well, now I have to do this.
Oh, yeah. Well, just a minor thing anyways, so...
Okay.
Are we ready for them to go?
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start this up. So, here we go. We have Birds in a Jar versus Elves. So, for those of you guys who don't know exactly what Elves and Birds in a Jar is, it is a combo deck that utilizes Brain in the Jar and the card Catch and Release, I believe is what it is.
No, it's Beck Call.
Beck and Call, there we go. So
I love this deck. I think this deck
is
sweet.
Brain in the Jar to tick up and cast free spells, and then you hit Beck with it, and then once you get the two counters on Brain in the Jar, you cast Beck and then fused.
Yeah.
So David Tennant has a pretty strong start here. He has a Adrenaline Elite he had a Heritage Druid followed by Adrenaline Elite, and now he has access to 3 mana thanks to his Heritage Druid. And he's going to tap his 3 to play an Elvish Archdruid.
Oh boy.
So, lots of mana early on.
Well, that's what Elves does. Not a huge fan of Elf decks myself. More so because I'm just not a fan of the Elf creature type in general. From more of a flavor standpoint, I guess, the mechanics.
I think I'm okay with it, but like it's definitely not quite what you want, I guess, out of a deck all the time. Like, sure, there's cool things it can do, and
I've gone against David in this deck before, and what I've noticed is it can kind of fizzle a little bit,
right?
Kind of blow itself out all over the table, and then doesn't really have like a ton of follow up.
Okay.
Unless he gets something he need, like something really good, like Azuri.
Okay.
Or something like that. Well, I mean, I guess it's a pretty typical Elf deck.
Yeah. So I mean, I've only played against him a couple of times playing the deck, and it's a bit frustrating at times just because it just seems like you just never have all the correct draws all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It can be a bit much. There's a Fatal Push for the Elvish Archdruid, which is huge for Shawn here. Being able to kind of get rid of that. He had to fetch in order to kill the Archdruid early on. So that's huge for him. Elvish Visionary gets to draw a card off of it. And David's just going to send in the red zone, possibly, for 4, excuse me. Bringing Shawn down to 15. So Shawn saved himself quite a bit of damage there.
Yeah, definitely. See what he gets here. See if he can get a brain down.
I believe he has a brain in hand.
Oh, nice.
So
this deck is super fun. I've seen a few different variations of this Brain in the Jar deck, and I like them all. And I mean, the core seems to stay pretty much the same, I guess, for any kind of archetype.
Are most of them always Esper?
Yeah, I want to say yes.
Okay.
I believe the ones I've seen have been. They are all. I mean, they're always at least blue-white, but I think most of them do have black as well.
Yeah.
So there's just so many good things you can do, and I like Shawn's deck. I haven't seen like a ton of it, but he does have some pretty interesting things he can do aside from just braining in a Beck Call. which is kind of neat.
So I did see a Obsidat's Aid in Shawn's hand. Not exactly sure what that's for in this particular deck. Looks like
What does that do again?
It reanimates a spell. So the main deck Reclamation stage for David allows Shawn to take 5 here.
Wow. Yeah, I was on a bit of a hiatus when Return to Ravnica.
Yeah, so it's a
lot of those cards. I'm a little out of the.
Okay, so what? I don't even know what that spell does.
I think it gives a creature. It gives one creature, I believe, plus X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Is that correct?
Or is it the devotion thing? So Shawn's all the way down to 5.
Yeah.
So it may be equal to the devotion, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not exactly sure.
1, 2,
Supreme
3,
verdict.
4.
All right, so
there we go.
So Shawn cleared this up real quick, and David Tennant's playing off the top of his deck now. And here's a collected company. Shawn's like, sure. I mean, I can't do anything about that.
Looks like there's an Azuri there.
Quite a few things actually. Like,
I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find that pump spell there.
I don't even know what it's called. So these will enter.
I'm trying to blank on the name too. I'm just kind of looking up.
So they enter at the same time. So I don't know if David gets the token or not. I don't think he does because, well, maybe he does.
What? How many does he need to have for that to trigger?
It just has to have another elf. But since they see each other enter, maybe. I'm not exactly sure how that works.
We can check on that real quick and let them know. It is that pump spell, Might of the Masses.
Okay.
And I was right. Target creature is +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control.
Okay, so that's why it was for 5 damage.
Yeah.
So Shawn, there's 5 power on the board. Shawn is at 5. I don't know what he has in hand. So we may be going to game 2 here real quickly. Not exactly sure what Shawn can do. There's not another Supreme Verdict in his hand, or else he would have just windmill slammed it. He's not playing red, so he doesn't have a Pyroclasm effect. He may have some sort of -X ability, but I doubt it. Nobody really plays Consume the Meek anymore.
No.
So 3 mana. Is this a Detention Sphere, maybe? Muddle the Mixture. Okay, so he's going to transmute it, searching for another 2. So he could go get a Snapcaster Mage to chump block, but that doesn't seem like what he wants to do. That looks like a Lone Missionary. That staves the bleeding a little bit, right? Is that... Oh, Blessed Alliance. Okay.
I did a little research.
Okay.
And the Dwinnen's Elite does get to recognize Caesar because they
enter together.
Right, they enter together, and then state-based conditions are checked.
Okay.
Or states, I guess.
So he's going to take 2. He's down to 3. I don't know exactly what Shawn's plan is here. Maybe it's just to gain 4 life.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else Shawn has unless he's packing another Supreme Verdict.
So he's going to think twice. I think David just passed without attacking. That can't be that right, could it?
That seems
wrong.
A little odd.
Okay, so Shawn has a fetch. Doesn't really have anything to reanimate with the Obsidat's Aid. So
looks like he's got an Esper Charm in hand.
No, that's the opposite I'd say.
Okay.
So now he can escalate the Blessed Alliance. So he can gain 4 life, he can destroy attacking creature, and I don't remember what the last mode does, but...
Alright.
So David just keeps grabbing stuff. Like, I'm not exactly sure... Not exactly sure what's going on as far as that's concerned. I believe a flashback Think Twice is about to happen. Oh, no, okay.
So it is an Esper Charm.
It was an Esper Charm, so he's going to draw 2. Maybe it wasn't an Obs that I'd say that I saw.
Yeah, I think that is a little weird because I don't think the Brain in the Jar typically runs
An Obs that I'd say?
creatures.
Yeah, okay, so maybe I just saw it wrong. Like, so it was just the Esper Charm. Yep, okay.
So,
I mean, it could
David
reanimate.
just passed again.
Yeah,
Why is he not attacking?
maybe he's just really afraid of the Blessed Alliance.
Maybe.
The Blessed Alliance is just a Celestial Flare.
Maybe Shawn's doing some wheeling and dealing and talking to him, playing some mind games or something.
Maybe.
Who knows? We can't hear what they're saying, so who knows what's going on.
I'm not exactly sure how Shawn is bluffing all this, but he is... I mean, he just took away the Azuri, which is, I think, what David was just holding off to just so he could overrun and not have to worry about that, but...
I mean, he would have had mana to do it last turn.
But he played the elf that he drew. So I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Shawn updates his life total finally. David gets a redraw
Another
with...
one.
And here's the Shaman of the pack. And that...
So he was just... Maybe that's what he was waiting for?
I don't know.
He was
So
afraid
1,
to
2,
attack,
3,
so
4, 5, 6, 7. So Shawn can go... He's going to think twice. Right? Yep, okay.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna
try to pull a counter spell, maybe?
So he could find the Logic Knot here. So this is lethal even if Shawn just Bless Alliances, right? So...
How much did you gain on Blessed Alliance?
4.
Is that if you escalate it?
No, it's just... So that's just one of... It's 3 modes.
Right. Oh, right. Can you not choose the same mode more than once?
You cannot.
Okay.
Alright, so yep, that does it
Alright.
for that game. So David was able to just kind of top deck. Like, Shawn just didn't have any business there. Hopefully he's able to make this a little bit better of a match here
Yeah.
for us.
And I know this is only the second week that Shawn has been piloting this Brain of the Jar
Right,
deck,
so-
so he might be a little new to it still. He might not
So-
be feeling super confident with it.
Right. Outside of that, though, it looks like he's bringing another Supreme Verdict. Maybe bringing in a Runed Halo to have protection from the Shaman of the Pact.
Shaman of the Pact, yeah.
Just kind of a weird card. Runed Halo, like, I've never been a big fan of that card.
No, I mean, obviously in very specific situations, it can do wonders for you.
Right.
But most people have ways around it, either naturally in their deck or they know how to
Right,
play
like-
around it.
So I've never been a fan of, like, the Runed Halo effects. I like cards like Nevermore.
Yeah.
I like other cards, you know, like the Circles of Protection or Story Circle.
Or the best Rune of Protection lands.
What about Circle of Protection artifacts?
Well, that's a good one. I mean,
Or Circle of Protection flavor text from the unset.
keeps you. Oh yeah.
So if a card has...
I mean, the
flavor
artifact
text.
one keeps you safe from an Aether Flux Reservoir now.
It does, but... and Affinity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be kind of silly.
Which nobody, I don't see too many affinity
We don't
decks
really-
around here at the store.
So we used to have like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then those players have moved either because of school or jobs or...
Right.
You know, just or maybe they've just stopped playing Magic. So that's another thing, and they kind of still have those cards. I've talked to a couple of those people that have just stopped playing that used to play Affinity. And they're like, yeah, I still have all those cards. They're just kind of, sitting.
Yeah, I have a gold mine in cards in my house.
Oh, especially the Mox Opals. Like, the Mox Opals are worth their weight in gold right now, basically.
Right?
Even a little bit more.
Yeah, because they're not getting...
They're not getting reprinted.
They're not getting reprinted, just like Karn.
I'm really upset
so
about
sad.
Mox Opals, though, because I kind of want them for Lantern Control, but,
Man, Lantern Control's a sweet deck. I like that deck a lot. I'm not a big fan of control decks, but Lantern Control is just
It's not
fun.
your typical...
It's fun. It's super crazy.
It's not your typical control deck, so David
is doing something
I think
with
he's
his hand.
I think he's trying to verify that he drew 7. Or maybe he was waiting for Shawn to see if he mulligan. I do that sometimes. It's not a game I always play, but I will sometimes do it where I just choose to not look at my hand.
Just wait and see what you're...
Right, especially if I'm on the draw.
Yeah.
So if it does affect your mulligan decision a little bit,
Right, well,
okay,
if they have to mulligan a bunch of times, you might be safe keeping a question.
Well, so, if they have to mulligan, you have to decide if you're going to mulligan before they decide this next hand. Or even before he draws, really.
Right.
So, if Shawn mulligans again, David can't mulligan.
Right.
So, and I think that's kind of, it looks like he's kind of all in on this Shaman of the Pact.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got 2 or 3 of those in his hand.
Yeah, but he's only got 1 forest right now. I don't see too many dorks in there, too.
Right,
might
so...
just be kind of blind.
So he's going to reveal... He's playing the reveal land. And so here's the duress. So Shawn has quite a few cards in his hand that look pretty good, but...
With Brain in the Jar, duress hits... everything other than a land, because I don't think it runs creatures at all.
If it runs a creature, it's probably Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah.
If anything. So I don't think so David top decks the second land. Plays the Visionary. The Supreme Verdict is
see
gone.
what he drew there.
I didn't either. It looks like a join in elite, actually.
No.
Oh no,
it looks
forest.
like forest.
So Shawn does not draw his third land.
Oh boy, Shawn.
He took a little bit of calculator risk. I think he's got to think twice in his hand.
Yeah.
So he's revealing, looks like a Elvish Archdruid. Yep.
Yep.
And here comes an attack for 2 probably. Shawn's looking at path, think twice, and I'm not sure what else he had in his hand. I think he's just going to think twice here. Think twice was a standard all-star.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
I played the heck out of that card, and I've tried to make it work in Modern, and it just always feels a little bit too slow.
That was one of my favorite times in Standard, when Time Spiral was in Standard, and you had the 2. You had Tarmogoyf Zoo, which was super good, or you had the blue-black Pickles combo control.
Okay.
Man, those are some fun decks. I think Lewis Scott Vargas was the one that came up with that build, the Pickles combo.
Yep. So
nasty stuff.
There's some interesting play kind of going here for Shawn, and David is on this weird... Elves is just doing what it's doing, I guess.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not just dumped his hand out at this point, unless he can't for some reason.
So I don't think he has found the issue with it is I don't think he's found a...
Shawn's got to read that one. I'm not
a
sure
heritage,
what that is.
That is a Sylvan Messenger from Apocalypse originally.
Is that like a taunter?
So it's similar to the Goblin. Look at the top 4. Put all elves in your hand.
Oh, like
this is the
Goblin Recruiter type?
Not Recruiter, Goblin Matron.
Matron, okay, yeah. Goblin Recruiter is the one you can just take as many as you want.
You put all of them on top or whatever.
People used to do Charbelcher. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So this is, or not matron. It's not a matron. It's a. I'm trying to remember the name of the exact effect that it is. Ringleader, excuse me. Goblin Ringleader.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's an entire cycle of them. The soldier one obviously goes and gets soldiers.
Right.
The goblin one, there's a zombie one.
Yeah.
The blue one, I want to say gets wizards, but I could be wrong. It's merfolk. Excuse me.
Yeah. Man, I miss when zombies was the number one tribe for black. I'm not a huge fan of vampires being a thing running all over the place now on every plane. Also, more of a flavor standpoint, I liked when vampires were kind of rare. You know, you only really saw one or two on a particular plane or set, and they were usually at rare, and they were usually pretty powerful.
And then there's also one more in the cycle, by the way. There's an artifact one called Brass Herald.
Oh yeah,
Brass Herald costs 6 mana though, and he requires you to name a creature type. And when you name that creature type, that's when you get to put all those creature types into your hand. So usually he was back in Apocalypse he was played as like a 1 of or a 2 of in those particular like tribal decks.
Right.
And that's exactly what he would do there. He would just kind of be the extra, Silva Messenger, be the other zombie guy or whatever. Like Dredge Defiler, I believe, is the zombie one.
Shawn's gonna fetch.
Well, I think he's gonna take 3 first from the from those.
David is not really being that aggressive with his board advantage.
Really, I know what David is doing because it's something he always does. He's going to try to overload with a bunch of elves, and then he's going to try to one shot with the shaman of the pack.
Personal preference, I guess.
Yeah. So he's going to Esper Charm. So
draw 2. He's trying to find something, maybe another Supreme Verdict.
Now, there's something that Shawn's doing that I'm going to fix later. This is F&M. He's saying he's targeting himself. Now, there's only one mode on Esper Charm that targets. And that's the discard 2 cards.
Right.
So, is this the Wrath? This is
Yep. Oh my god.
And
lucky draw.
So, I'm going to make sure I fix that for Shawn here a little bit later. To let
what exactly is the significance of that, though?
So, if you're saying that you're targeting yourself,
if
this was a competitive REL event, he would have to discard 2.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Because that is the only...
That's the only...
Discard is the only... Did he just draw that?
I guess he must have.
I think... Well, no, I think he just drew cards instead of... Okay. So, the Silva Messenger... Okay, so he put the card straight into his hand instead of revealing it like he was supposed to.
Ah, okay.
So now Shawn's aware of at least one of the Shaman of the Packs. So David's probably going to make some mana, and then after he does...
Drop an Archdruid, maybe?
Well, Shawn will probably path the Heritage Druid. Or he's going to path the Silva Messenger in response. Okay, so it slows David down a turn. So David has basically infinite mana in terms of this particular game.
He's got plenty, I suppose. Shawn with those beautiful full art.
I just don't like them, man. I prefer white border. So, let's see what else he's got in his hand. Let's say I don't even know.
SRAM's expertise. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, that's something.
There it is. Okay, so he's going to create 3 1/1 tokens, and then he's going to fuse
Beck Call. There we go. Now, finally, we get some Beck Call action in here.
Yeah, there we go. So, now what's going to happen is he's going to get the 3 soldiers first, and then when he Beck Calls, he's going to get the 4 birds. The 4 birds, which he'll get to draw off of. He does not get to draw off the 3 soldiers.
Right. Some sweet RK Post tokens there. My favorite kind.
Yep, so Shawn draws 4. Reloads his hand. Look at all these guys I've got now.
Yeah.
I've got chumps for days.
Surprise!
So he does that. Shawn actually now has a land drop because look at all the lands he's got.
Man, and that is the thing about these the Beck Call deck here. Once you start getting the Beck Calls out, you can close games out real quick.
Right.
Because those birds will just fly over everything.
Yep.
Smash face. You'll never run out of cards in your hand for the rest of your life.
So. I think somebody's trying to use some bot commands that we do not have any of the bots active in our chat, so unfortunately you're not able to do that. So. Cursor. So anyways, now that we take care of that,
gotta keep it PG on the stream.
Yep,
here.
PG on the stream. I will unban in a little bit possibly on the stream. So Shawn also played a brain in the jar. Missed that a little bit. So looks like
and
David's
dropped
getting
a couple.
David may be getting a little bit desperate here, so he's going to play the first shaman.
Yep, that's gonna hit for 5.
Bring Shawn down to 7. We're going to have 4 rounds, and then if this match ends a little bit early, we will start up with the next one.
Yep.
So, if we can get another one. So, we have at least one more match tonight.
Can't
at minimum.
see that one because of the glare.
I think that may be an Azuri.
There we go.
Oh, no, Lenova's Archdruid. So, he's going to play 3 more, make another Archdruid. So, looks like David's finally just developing his board for the rest of the evening. For the rest of this particular. So.
I don't know how many copies of Supreme Verdict Shawn's got in his deck, but it would not be a bad idea for him if he had another one to use it.
Yeah. So he did draw cards from his Beck Call. He drew the first 4, and now like he may be trying to draw some more, but there's another Shaman of the Pact in the Elves player's hand, so he could be playing around that. We're not exactly sure what Shawn's doing, but we'll see exactly what we decide. Engineered explosives for 3. Okay.
All right.
So that's pretty good. Is it until end of turn, or is it until end of the next player's turn?
It is you only draw on Beck Call for creatures that enter the battlefield under your control during the turn that you play
Beck Call. Yeah, so it's like a Glimpse of Nature, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Right.
So we're going to blow up all the 3s. No, not everything, just the 3s. There we go. So that saves Shawn another turn or 2 with, unless David has, 3 more creatures here, and that's a possibility. Yeah, E was pretty good there. So, here comes a collected company.
And, well, that may be game.
Well, he's going to hit for 6.
No, because the Join Elite will come in with play with another creature.
Well, he'll have to... Well, no. This is a thing I looked up. I might have to go down and talk to them, because when I was looking up about the Dwynen's Elite, I read about this specific interaction.
But there's already elves on the field.
Right, so he can either choose...
He has to stack the
He has to stack them, so he can either...
And from the way that they're going is that he stacked the trigger the correct way.
Okay.
So, alrighty. So, we are going to try to find another match for you guys. That brings